and Professor G. Balasubramaniam, Rector at Revide University, Professor A. Ramachandraya, NIT Warangal, Ambedkar, Balasubramaniam, faculty members and the delegates. It's a privilege given to me to inaugurate this function. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the organizers for this. And coming to the inaugural address, in most of the cases I am referring to the Kannada language throughout my paper. Please replace it by your mother tongue. I think it suits. In case it is not suiting, it will be the observations special to the Kannada language. With this, I would like to start this one. We often notice students from rural areas face serious problems in communication in English and survive English medium in their school days. Whatever has been referred by Balasubramanian says the same thing. In rural Karnataka, we often witness that the students who are initially admitted in the English medium are later shifted to Kannada medium classes. The students who are unable to do well in the class, having difficulties expressing in the ideas, were often stressed and resulted in health problems like acute headache or stomach pains. When examined, the reasons could not be traced to a physiological one, but one of the psychological one. Though they are physically healthy and suggestively active in other extracurricular activities, the very thought of going to the class or facing the academic scenario made them unhealthy with symptoms like stomach pain and headaches. But the mentioned symptom could not be traced by the doctors for any notable physiological disorder. This is to be noted. Actually, it happened in my case, in my house itself. One of my brother's son was admitted in the English medium school. Often he had his stomach ache. Later, when I used to come to my home once in 3 months or so. This was referred to me. And I wanted his knowledge in English and his subject. But he could not do well. When we sit together, he started crying. Of course, when you go to the knowledge in the Kannada language, Kannada literature, he was very well. Then I thought it might be the reason that he is bad in English language itself. Then I suggested to shift him to the Kannada language. He became all right. Though they were physiologically healthy and suggestively active in their extracurricular activities, the very thought of going to the class or facing the academic scenario made them unhealthy and symptoms like stomach pain and headaches. But the mentioned symptoms could not be traced by the doctors for any notable physiological disorder. When observed keenly, it was found that the lack of language proficiency was the root cause of the physiological disorder rather than that of the total scenario of schooling itself. When students was shifted to Kannada medium, his problem disappeared automatically. His stress disappeared, releasing his physiological pressure, and he became normal. Now he had friendly environment and medium was congenial to understand and to express what he has learned. I would attribute this problem that to his parents rather than the student. Parents think that if the child is admitted to the English medium, naturally, in every place it happens, admitted to the English medium school will achieve greater height in the future. The student may be of 5 years or 6 years. Parents to be thinking about their 30 years or 25th year, what he will be. Greater heights in the future. They often misinterpreted that education in English medium is the threshold to take their child to the greater height. Unless we have a particular language environment at home and the neighboring context, it is difficult to have confidence. It is difficult to have the confidence which leads to the mental stress. Finally, some sort of physiological disorder. English medium only in the early stages of education will not get better scholarship. Children admitted to their mother tongue school are also doing well in achieving the merits. We have observing that one. Even the Kannada medium going students will be doing well in the IAS examinations and the competitive examinations also. I had my early education in Kannada medium school, but we had very good English language teacher from 4th standard. Of course, I may not be very much fluent in English, but I'm communicatable. This is enough, I believe. Of course, as it is said by Balasubramaniam, it is necessary we have to knowledge of English at the spoken level. Otherwise, he will be losing his heart and he has the inferiority complex. In order to come out of this inferiority complex, of course, with English medium, with the Kannada medium, English knowledge is to be given. That is my opinion. I have seen that all the students who got early education in English medium could not do better in the higher education. On the contrary, I say all the students I am telling. On the contrary, the students of mother tongue as medium have done well in the later stages, though the higher education was in English medium. It is a quality of coaching in English language in the initial stage of education which helps in the higher education. Is English medium a necessity in the higher education and professional courses is a question. It is the matter of choice and convenience, or is it a compulsion? This is the question. Is it the matter of choice or convenience, or is it compulsion? It has different arguments. Argument for the English medium pleads that the texts are not available in regional languages. I think throughout the India, the same answer will become. Languages. There is another argument that the students for higher education are not only from the respective states, the students from other states with different language backgrounds are also admitted to this course. So it is better to have the medium of instruction for higher education in English. These are the two arguments. But I don't think that this type of reasoning is not satisfactory. If texts are not available in the regional language, the one has to prepare or the pursuing of the material lies in the academia and the government. Even English texts did not exist since eternity. They are prepared. It is not self-born. It has been made. Existed since eternity. Roman and Greek languages were older and till now have a great influence on English and prominently used in scientific context. But today we have exhaustive text across the faculties in English. So can be the case with the text in the regional languages. It is the commitment and the desire makes anything possible. We have to go in that direction, that's all. Consider the case of technologically advanced nations like Germany and Japan. They have their higher education policy built around their native languages. It is often observed that education in the native languages rather than an alien language make understanding easier and better. We have more responsibility in preparation of the text in regional languages. It should be communicative and reader friendly. We have the responsibility, we have a greater responsibility of preparing this one. We have more responsibility in the preparation of the textbooks in the regional languages. It should be communicative and reader friendly. So if it is near to him, if it is in his own language, mother tongue, then it will be easy to understand the subject itself. My friend who runs the college, we often see graduates in medicines and engineering selecting Kannada literature for competitive examination and faring well. Why not in their respective subject? They are going to the Kannada language. Selecting Kannada literature for competitive examinations and faring well. Vice versa can be true. It's only the matter of aim and commitment. It is a matter of aim and commitment. When I was the Vice Chancellor, I was invited by the paramedical college and colleges with some technical courses. My friend who runs the college said that most of the students after the course will be getting jobs in the rural areas only where their respective dialect is spoken. The English knowledge is of no use there. They have to converse, they have to communicate in their own language but not in English. Might be true, he might have got the knowledge through English language, but while going to the field, he has to use his own language or the language of the stakeholders. The English knowledge is of no use here. In fact, the knowledge is required and used more with rural folks with the dialect of their own. The local dialect where they are posted is expected for the successful use of their expertise. Expertise is there, but it is to be transferred. It can be transferred only through his mother tongue. According to his experience, the teachers like to teach in Kannada only. Same is the case with the lawyers. The clients from rural area understand and expect speaking in the dialects of regional languages. Otherwise, they will be kept in dark. Whatever is happening, they will not be knowing. Everything will be in the English language only. The language is not there. Simply they are putting the signature. What is going on, they are not aware of. Such being the case, the literature of the subject is to be generated in the suitable language of the stakeholder. It is difficult to prepare the teaching material in the regional languages, I know. I was discussing with one of the practicing doctor who is also fortunately on the faculty in the medical course. He told that teaching in Kannada is not a difficult thing. Teaching in Kannada is not a difficult thing. Regarding the teaching material in medical course is already there. It's already there. It's already there in the form of articles. Of course, textbooks are not there. They are in the form of articles. And they are written by eminent scholars in medical science. Only thing is to take the interest or to have a project to bring all these materials in an order to suit to the syllabi by making little or a little modifications. There are faculty members ready to teach in Kannada. It is the policy decision, and making the policy is in the hands of the concerned administration. The different subjects in social sciences and humanities are taught at degree level in Kannada medium also in Karnataka. Maybe he is studying history or social science, economics, anything. But the medium of instruction is there. It is given. Also, the students continuing for their post-graduation courses have to study in English medium, where Kannada medium is not there. The lectures will be in English language only. Still, the students do not feel any burden but write the examinations in English language, pass the examination and continue their PhD course, pass NET or SET or competitive examinations. The early education in Kannada medium will not come in the way of their achievement. On the other way, the early education in Kannada medium help them in better placement and better understanding. It may be noted that education in English medium is not certificate in English language proficiency. Again, one has to undergo test in the TOEFL or GATE, etc. examinations, which is not an easy task for even for the graduates with English medium. They too require special training for clearing the examination. I was going through some of the textbooks in science, social science, studies and humanity. I tried to identify the source language of each word. I could notice that the words do not belong to a single language. The source languages were different. As linguists, we know that the languages do come in contact and share the features. Since the languages do not create parallel forms of their own language and accept the terms, items as they are, to that extent, the language in question is not grown internally. Simply we go on accepting the forms from outside, maybe English or other language. To that extent, our language is not grown, it is there itself. This had happened in most of the cases. The language like Tamil resisted this process, you know that. The language like Tamil resisted this process and created own forms. When once the linguistic forms are borrowed, they have to undergo the native grammatical constructions. The nouns borrowed will accept the inflections for gender, number, case, etc. occur to native affixations. For example, there is a bus is an English term. When it comes to this one, Kannada language, if I want to make it plural, bus plus gadu, basugadu. Bus plus annu, bassannu. Bus plus inda, bassininda, etc. It will undergo the Kannada grammatical construction system. Kannada is not exception to this. Kannada is influenced by different languages from time to time. It is influenced by Sanskrit language in the beginning. Later, it was influenced by Muslim rules and vocabulary related to the religion, advancement in the lifestyle, administration, etc. Kannada language is influenced by Prakrit, Parsi, Urdu, Portuguese language as well. This linguistic borrowing in a way helped for the development of Kannada language by donating the vocabulary, but at the same time it created a barrier in the development of the language too by using the native forms. That opportunity we have lost. Creation of the vocabulary we have lost. To that extent we are in our loss only. The linguistic borrowing was different types. Being a cultured language of both Sanskrit and English language, influence Kannada and the triads are found in the borrowed linguistic terminology now. One cannot teach religious thoughts without the words like Swarga, Naraka, Dharma, Atma or Sthala, etc. which are borrowed directly from Sanskrit language. We have a good lot of words like cinema, bus, pen, paper, coffee coffee, ticket to, court to, link to, etc. etc. I used to question, they are actually borrowed from English language. I used to question my students to which language these forums, cinema, bus, ticket, coffee, Gemini, Kacheri, etc. belong to. To my surprise, my students never doubted them to be from other languages other than Kannada. They thought they are Kannada forums only. ನಾನು ಸಿನಿಮಾಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, I go to the cinema, ನಾನು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ತಗೋತೀನಿ, ಕಾಫಿ ಕುಡಿತೀನಿ. In all these cases, they are one with the Kannada, they have become one with the Kannada, they cannot make out that they are from other languages. Only when I spell them, they identify them either English or Urdu. I used to say, what to which belong this cinema belongs? They said Kannada. C-I-N-E-M-A, sorry, English, sir. So this is the transference from English, Urdu, okay. Kannada has borrowed the words Jaminu, Ilake, Kimmattu, Isavi, Khajane, etc. from Urdu and Hindustani languages. This resulted in the two group of words. That is native and borrowed words in Kannada. We have two groups in words. Apart from that, there are created words on analogy using the native words. We have used native languages also on the basis of analysis, basing on the earlier structure. Our own format we have created on the analogy using the new words. But unfortunately, equivalent Kannada forums were not created. That's the problem in creating the textbooks now. Equivalent were not created. This led to the compulsory use of the borrowed words along with the linguistic forums stated earlier in preparing the textbooks in different subjects. This workshop has to study the nature of the language in current use and its suitability in the communication. Any modifications required to be traced and a standardized form of the communication has to be brought in. Since linguistic scholars spanning across the four dominant Dravidian languages are meeting in this workshop, of course, from all over India, there is a significant scope for sharing their experience, discussing the problems and exchange the linguistic solutions. Maybe in certain cases, Kannada may not be provide any form. Maybe I can get it from Tamil language or Telugu language or Malayalam. This is to be shared. Exchange is to be taken place. Exchanging the linguistic solutions in formulating text across the faculties. I congratulate Dravidian University for taking up this project towards this direction. I appreciate the initiative taken by the Department of Linguistics of Dravidian and the Computational Linguistics of the university, the organization supporting the cause. I wish the trial a success. I thank respected Vice Chancellor, Registrar, persons concerned for inviting me to the inaugural function and also the hearing of yourself. Thank you very much. Thank you.